Alright guys, I want to share this with you real quick. I got a couple letters in the post. One from LC Woodworks. That's Larry over there at LC Woodworks. He has a Facebook and Instagram page, and I'll leave that information below. Thank you so much, Larry, for your support and your stickers. I sent you mine out. I'm sure you probably got them by now, I hope. So I'm going to go ahead and put you up here, Larry. Right there. LC Woodworks. Go check out his stuff. And Rob Klosserman. He has a YouTube channel by the same name, Rob Klosserman. He calls himself Antiques of Tomorrow. You gotta go check out this guy. He does some the finish work he does on his bowls. He does with a spray gun. It's like top notch. You gotta go check him out. That's Rob Klosserman. I'll put a link up here and his stuff down below. Thank you so much for your sticker, Rob. I'm gonna put you right up here. I'm gonna put you right here. Will you fit here? Thank you, Rob and Larry. Please go check out their stuff. Hey everybody, welcome. My wife is part of the Social Concern Committee at our local church here in town. And every year they have what they call a giving tree, where they'll put little tags on the tree and there'll be items written on there that people may need, local people may need. So you would, leaving church, you would pull one of the tags, you go buy the item, and you leave it by the tree the next time you come. And then the church would distribute it to the people that needed it. This year with the corona, they really don't want to have gifts because of, I guess, they're afraid of contamination or whatever. So what they're going to do is they're asking for gift cards. So they approached me and they asked if I would build a little box, basically a donation box with a slot in it, so when people come into the church they can deposit the gift cards. So that's what I'm going to attempt to do in this video. So if you have any interest in seeing how it comes out, stick around. Should be good. Alright, so my basic idea for this is I'm going to make something like this, a box. Right, I'll have a slot on the top, and then on the front I'll put a little trim here with plexiglass in the front so they can slide in some kind of a message. It could be for this, or they could reuse it for something else if they want to use it for a different season or whatever. So they could just change the message in the front. So it'll be a box like that, a slot. In the back there'll be a door, that'll open with a lock on it so you could get your stuff out. I'll turn some kind of a little post for it, whatever, a couple little rings on it or something. So there'll be a post on it, and then I'll turn a base. So it'll just be, that's the basic idea in my head. So it'll just be a base with a turned post with the box on top and slot. Anyway, you get the idea. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to use this cardboard. I'm going to make a template. So I'll bring you back when all my templates are cut. Thank you. Alright, I decided to make this out of some select pine. I cut these two little pieces out. What is it, a 1 by 12 by 12 I think I got. So what I'm going to do, I made my template for the side. This is the side of the box. I'm going to trace it on here, after I trace it on, I'll probably brad these together and then cut them both at the same time. So that's what you're gonna see me do now. So I have the sides cut here. Now I just got to decide. This is going to be the thing in the glass in the front for the paperwork. So I got to decide how much wider than this I want to make it. This is 10 inches. Maybe I'll just make it a foot wide. That'll give me a little room to put a little trim on there. So that's what I'm going to do next. Cut the panels. Alright, so this is the side of the panel, right? So in an effort, when I place this board on top, in an effort to have it line up with the front and the top, I pick this angle and I put that angle on my blade. And now what I'll do, I cut my 1 foot board that's going to go across the front, and I'm going to cut that angle on either side so it matches up with the front. So let's go ahead and get that done. Now I'm going to cut the little piece to go on top and put the slot in it. I'm going to do a drop cut to do my slot. Don't do this if you don't feel comfortable. It's done in a lot of cabinet shops, but you know, don't do it if you don't feel comfortable. So I cut the piece, I got the slot in it. I'm going to go ahead and attach it here. So I cut the front with a little angle to match this angle. So I'm going to go ahead and attach that. I'm going to make a bottom, and then I'm going to start turning the post. I'm going to leave the back open so I can attach it to the post, and then I'll make the back. I think I'm going to make the bottom and then start sanding this up to get it, you know, pretty much ready to be finished up. So I'm going to make the bottom next. Alright, I didn't want to bore you with a bunch of sanding, but I put a bunch of wood filler in, all the nail holes, some of the bigger spots where the wood didn't meet up that great, and I sanded all. It's pretty nice. I left the back open, as you can see, so I could attach it to the piece that I'm going to turn for the post to stand it up. You got the slot on top to put the things in. The door is going to be on the back. So that's as far as I got. The next step is I'll probably turn the piece, prime this, and then turn the piece while this is drying. So I won't bore you with the priming, but I'll prime this up, and then the next thing you'll see is me turning the base. Not the base, the pole. Alright, that's all primed up. I got this 4x4. I got the centers marked on it. I'm going to go ahead and throw it on the lathe, get it to round. Maybe put a couple little decorations in it, not much. A couple of knots. I hope it looks okay when I turn it. So let's go ahead and get this on the lathe. As you can see, I got this to round. I think I'm just going to keep it pretty basic and simple. So I'm just going to sand the buttercream out of this, and I'll bring you back when it's ready to be primed. Alright, I'm going to start turning the base in an effort to keep it as big as I possibly can. I'm going to turn my head, and we're going to go ahead and start making the base. Alright, I got the base done. I got a recess to accept the pole. I got a hole for the screw. I'm going to mix some 2-part epoxy, fill this, put it, screw it in through the bottom. So that's what you're going to see me do. Epoxy deposed to the base. I cleaned it up a little bit. When it totally dries, I'll sand it and do whatever I need, fill it or whatever I need to do. I pre-drilled a hole through the bottom of this. So now I'm going to attach the top to the post. Hopefully. That was a long screw. Alright, so it's getting there. Like I said, I got to clean it up, paint it, put the back on, and we'll be done. So I think the next time we cut back, I'll have it all painted. I'll have the door on it. I'll show you all the little trims that I got for it and everything. So we'll be back. As I mentioned earlier, I want to make out of this plexiglass, I want to make a little shield on the front of the box so they can insert certain notices or decorations or whatever they want and be able to change it seasonally or for whatever the reason is. So this is a little test piece. I ran it over the table saw and I cut the size of the blade, and it just happens to fit perfectly. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and rip a little piece of this, rip a slot in it, and then cut it out like a frame. So this will be able to slide into it, and then we'll attach it to the box. So that's what you're going to see me do.